Tsunami was an alien word to Sri Lankans until the catastrophic event of 26 December 2004. The Asian tsunami on that day was generated by an earthquake of magnitude 9 on the Richter scale in the vicinity of Sumatra Islands, 6:58 a.m. Sri Lankan time, recorded as the third most powerful earthquake in history. The tsunami waves generated by the earthquake reached the eastern coastal belt of Sri Lanka after 1 hour and 32 minutes and whiplashed 14 coastal districts, taking 30,000 lives with 5,000 missing and displacing 500,000 persons. The socio-economic impact was devastating. In its aftermath, the Disaster Management Act No. 13 of 2005 was enacted, putting in place an institutional framework for disaster risk management. The Disaster Management Ministry and the Disaster Management Centre were mandated with holistic disaster risk management in the country, aligned with the Hugo Framework for Action. The post-HFA Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction guides this work at present. The United Nations General Assembly in 2015 declared November 5th of every year as the World Tsunami Awareness Day to build awareness on creating safety from the impact of tsunami. The theme of the World Tsunami Awareness Day 2017 was minimizing the number of disaster casualties, a target of the Sendai Framework for Disasters Risk Reduction. In compliance, the Disaster Management Centre, under the guidance of the Ministry of Disaster Management, held a nationwide tsunami evacuation drill in collaboration with all its national and sub-national stakeholders and the Indian Ocean Tsunami Warning Centre. Much preparedness went in prior to the drill to ensure a successful outcome. Meetings of stakeholders were organized in each district to raise awareness and forge collaboration. 77 tsunami early warning towers erected to cover the entire coastal belt was activated to disseminate alerts and warning messages during the tsunami evacuation drill. Activation of the early warning towers is carried out remotely by the Emergency Operations Center of the Disaster Management Center. 77 coastal villages located in the vicinity of the towers participated in the drill. Comprehensive awareness was created about the messages that would be disseminated from the towers and what actions to take on their reception. Identified safe locations and safe routes were marked with signboards and participating communities informed. Each household and institution was provided with a marked token to monitor the time taken to safety. They were also provided instructions as to what should be carried with them as an emergency pack. Foremost principle of a mock drill is to do no harm. Communication channels such as the mass media, including TV, radio and print, as well as mobile announcements were employed in creating awareness about the drill to avoid panic when the early warning towers were activated. A media conference was also organized to disseminate awareness by the Disaster Management Centre under the guidance of the Disaster Management Ministry with the participation of other technical agencies. It was also necessary to ensure that visitors to the mock drill areas who may be unaware of the activity would not panic. Continuous mobile announcements around the vicinity of towers ensured prevention of such panic. At a predetermined time, the Indian Ocean Tsunami Warning System alerted the Department of Meteorology, Sri Lanka, that an earthquake of 9.1 on the Richter scale has occurred towards north of Andaman Islands at 2:05 p.m. on the 5th of November. The Meteorology Department immediately relayed this information to the Disaster Management Centre. The Disaster Management Centre cascaded this information to all stakeholder agencies at national and district level to alert them on the possibility of a tsunami situation. The tsunami towers were activated.
Attention please! Attention please! A strong earthquake has occurred. A strong earthquake has occurred. A possibility of a tsunami exists. Wait for further instructions.
15 minutes after the alert, at 2:20 p.m., the Indian Ocean Tsunami Warning System issued a warning to the Department of Meteorology that a tsunami may occur and to proceed with evacuation. The Department of Meteorology relayed this warning to the Disaster Management Center, and the warning was disseminated through the early warning towers to at-risk communities to evacuate to safe places as planned.
Attention please. Attention please. A tsunami may occur. A tsunami may occur. Evacuate to safer places.
All joined together as planned to evacuate to identified safe places by following the signboards posted to facilitate safe evacuation. As 5th November was a school holiday, school children did not participate. As this was only a mock drill, every household and institution was requested to leave at least one person behind to ensure security of assets left behind. Hotels catering to tourists also joined the drill, with residents participating as pre-planned. Armed forces and the police were at hand to facilitate safety and security during the event. To monitor and evaluate the proceedings, wardens were positioned at strategic places. Wardens ensured that evacuees brought the token and carried the emergency pack with them. This procedure was to alert the wardens whether anybody has been left behind so that evacuation assistance could be provided where necessary. In a pre-planned manner, volunteers provided special assistance to those who needed evacuation assistance. Volunteers at the safe location checked the tokens of the evacuees and recorded the time of their arrival to determine whether evacuees would be able to arrive at the safe location within a determined time span. First aid kits, hygienic services, and clean drinking water were on display at the safe location for awareness creation, as well as their use where necessary. The whole process was under the scrutiny of observers positioned at strategic positions. Evacuees waited at the safe location, waiting for further announcements. The all-clear message from the Indian Ocean Tsunami Warning System arrived at the Department of Meteorology at 3:45 p.m., stating that the tsunami threat was over. Consequently, the message was disseminated from the towers that the tsunami threat was over.
Attention please. Attention please. The tsunami emergency is over. The tsunami emergency is over.
A debrief was held immediately after the mock drill for feedback from the observers at each location. Identifying issues and shortcomings in the evacuation process is one of the main objectives of a mock drill.
Today we have observed the massive drill and the observation at Kalutra. We have seen that there are really remarkable achievements by Disaster Management Center here. Sri Lanka today can and has proved that they can evacuate their communities within 40 minutes time all around the country.
14 days after the mock drill, all observers and stakeholders from around the country took part in a consultation at the Disaster Management Center. The lessons learned were to shape the process of the next mock drill. The drill reminded us of a Confucian proverb: you hear, you forget; you see, you remember; you do, you understand. By doing, communities understand how to de-safe from the tsunami impact.